Hello everyone, this is Tina with Tia's Treasures, and tonight I have for you the November 2023 Pink and Main card kit. And let's see what we have in here. We have, as always, our mesh bag, and this kit is called Snow Pals. Move that out of the way. Take a look at our color palette to start. We can see it down here, but we also have we have Lakeside, Barber Shop. I guess this is Sunny Sky, and Night Sky. I'm just reading it off here. Evening Clouds, Sidewalk, and two of the 100-pound white cardstock. So we've got that, very pretty. This sheet has everything that comes in the kit, and there are some card sketches on the back. So that's helpful. But yeah, we get this pretty mesh bag that we can use for our kit or whatever else. Let's see. This month we also get Touch of Gloss. I assume this is like glossy accents. I have so much of this I forget to use. I think I have like 4 bottles of glossy accents that came in card kits. Now I have this, which I'm not complaining, don't get me wrong. It's just I need to remember to start using it. We have some beautiful iridescent and white sequins, some pretty silver enamel dots. Those are nice. I get a set of holographic cardstock. That's set number 2. Let's see, are they all the same? I'm curious, or are they different? Hopefully you can see this. They're not blinding you too much. No, they're different. Ooh, I like that one a lot. That is unique. Ooh, that'll mess with your eyes. That's cool. Very nice. How come some have 2 and some sheets and some only have 1 sheet? Of course, the one I really like the best. Oh, no, there's 2. It's just stuck together. So we've got those. I'll turn those over so they do not blind you. Then we have this fun stamp set. Just a note, thanks so much. Warm winter wishes. Cute little snowman. Look at all these. Oh, so adorable. And matching dies for everything, including the sentiments. Little music notes. Love it. And a snowflake stencil. Well, this month I am thinking of doing some tags instead of some cards, because I have, well, just because I've been working on tags. So I'm like, why not make some tags? I was looking forward to a new embossing folder to emboss some of my tags, but no worries. I'll just pull in a Pink and Main embossing folder from a previous month, and we will get started. So let's go. So I've got these 3 tag dies. I believe these 2 are Simon Says, and this one is an old one for stamping for less. And so I'm gonna, or I did already cut out some tags from these. I've got a front and a back, so we can kind of glue them together so we can stamp on the back and don't have to worry about this getting dirty or being embossed or anything like that. We'll just glue them together. And I pulled in a embossing folder from the Pink and Main Snow Day stamp set. This was, I'm sure, last winter or the winter before. I'm not really sure on a date off the top of my head. and this has the snowflakes. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to emboss the 2 metallic cardstock dies with 2 metallic tags with that. And then we are going to go ahead and I'm going to stamp out some of these snowman on here along with Warm Winter Wishes, because that's the only one that really works for Christmas tags. And I want to try to keep as much as I can pink and Maine. And we are going to use the blue tags, and we're going to go ahead and stencil on those. So that's the plan, and here we go with that. So I am going ahead and I am embossing these 2 pieces of metallic cardstock. As you can see, I used the snowflake embossing folder, and they came out really pretty. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use some Tim Holtz opaque distress or matte distress paste for our little snowflakes through our stencil. And I needed to press in my press and seal a bit more because this is getting pretty thick, or at least I think it's getting pretty thick. It might be that way to begin with. I don't use a whole lot of this texture paste. I need to use my texture pastes more because I have a lot of them. I don't know how I end up with so much stuff. I just do. I have a lot of stuff and nowhere to put it. I have this small craft room that is like busting at the seams. I have bins of stuff, and it's just it's sad how much stuff I've accumulated. Anyhow, so I've got that through, and I think these tags are really pretty. I love that snowflake pattern. I'm going to have to use that stencil a bit more because it really just makes a lovely snowflake pattern with the snowflakes and little dots. I'm going to set these aside to dry, and it's really not going to take all that long. They're going to be dry by the time I finally get around to working on them. We're going to start by working on the metallic cardstock, but before we even get to that, I am going to stamp up my little snowmen. Now I'm only using the ones that are singing. I'm not going to be using the snowmen that are going to the mailbox or the one that's got a letter in its hand, because again, we're making tags and there's no room for a mailbox on these tags. And so, you know, you might be a little confused if you see a piece of mail in a snowman's hand with no mailbox. But I also stamped out a single tree. I thought we would use that on one of the tags, and I'm just turning it around. So we've doing a total of 5 tags. So we've got 2 of the little couple, 2 of the single snowman singing, and 1 of the tree. And I stamped out Warm Winter Wishes 3 times. And I'm going to be bringing in a couple of my own sentiments later. Now I'm just got this way sped up, and I'm coloring all these snowmen. Now I didn't like the way the colors looked on this first snowman I colored up. I mean, I used it anyway. It wasn't that bad. But on the second snowman like this, I ended up doing it in blues and pinks. And the 2 snowmen that are singing together, the duet, they are in red and green, and I have no problem with the colors they're in. I mean, it looks kind of cute, but yeah, I'm using my Spectrum Noir tri-blends, and I didn't put down what colors they are, the caps or anything, because it's just a dark red and a green color. It's nothing, you know, nothing too different from that. And I'm using a ice gray blend for my gray colors. And again, I've got I pulled out a little brown marker for the tree trunk, and I pulled out an orange marker for the noses, and I didn't do any blending on any of the real small things like that. I blended up my scarves and some of my little hats, and I did a lot of blending on the tree, but other than that, not so much. I'm not a real good colorist, so you're not going to see me doing a whole lot of blends. I'm practicing on my colors, but it's a long road. So I went ahead and I die cut them all out along with some little music notes that I think are really cute. And we are just going to start putting the tags together. Now for this first tag here, I'm pulling in the duet, and we're just going to glue them down flat, and we're going to glue them along with Warm Winter Wishes. And then on the back of the tag, I just got a to and a from stamp out of my stash, and I'm going to use that on the back along with two little snowflakes that are in this stamp kit. So we're not pulling in a whole lot of things other than what came in the kit. But I think these tags turn out really cute. And just using some Barely Art glitter glue to glue my snowman down directly to the tag. So I hope everybody is having a wonderful November. It's going way too quick again. I thought I was going to have all this time to do like a bunch of Christmas projects. And I remember when everyone was doing Christmas in July, it's like, I am not going to do that. I am waiting until the holidays when I'm feeling it more. Well, I'm feeling it a lot more. I just don't have the time now. And it serves me right. I've got some Tim Holtz, well, I've got a lot of Tim Holtz products. I wanted to make some Christmas vignettes and different things like that. I don't know if I'm going to get around to it. I'm in the process of still sewing up some Halloween cats that, I mean, they're stuffed kitties, and I wanted to do 6 of them, and I've got 1 done. And I wanted to do 3 Christmas ones as well, and I can see them being done now next Christmas. It's just my life. And I'm having a bunch of people over for Thanksgiving, which, depending on when you're watching this, it's either tomorrow or it's already gone and passed. And I am trying to find room in my refrigerator. I like to do all my cooking a day ahead of, well, I like to do a portion of my cooking a day ahead of time. You know, like get the stuffing ready, get the sweet potatoes cooked and in the fridge, and my refrigerator is packed. It's, I used to have a second refrigerator in the garage, and when I used to cook and host a lot, I would utilize that, but now it's like, uh-oh, I don't have the room I used to. I've let my daughter host the last couple years, and I'm going to have to figure out something if I continue to host, which I think it's still going to be, you know, less and less as the years go by. I'm going to be hosting less and letting her take over. I mean, why not? I did it for so many years, and it's a lot of work. It's fun. I mean, I love seeing my kids, and we don't have a lot of people at Thanksgiving, just my kids and their spouses, which ends up being just the 8 of us, but that's a big meal. And I cook enough for an army. I swear I could have like 16 more people show up on my doorstep and I could feed them easily. I have a 22-pound bird, and the reason is I like to send a lot of leftovers home with the kids. And it seems like no matter how much I cook, I don't end up with enough leftovers for myself. And I think I'm going to have to keep an eye on that this year, because I'd like to at least be able to have enough leftovers that I don't have to cook again for at least 3 or 4 days after Thanksgiving, with, you know, maybe easy cookings or using the turkey for leftovers. And then I'm going to take the carcass and make a nice soup. I just love getting that broth made from that carcass. It's so good. Anyhow, as you can see, we're on the second metallic tag now, and I'm going to glue down that Warm Winter Wishes right up in that corner again, just like the first tag. But we've got a little bit of space, and I'm going to put a single musical note down there. Like I said, these musical notes are just fun. I like them a lot. I may have to remember I have them and use them for different things. I don't know. I don't know what I'll use them for, because, you know, they always denote singing, and if you don't have a singing critter, they might not be much good, but I love them. Just one of those things that tickles my fancy, I guess. Now I'm going to get that glued and some baker's twine on there. I'm using just the blue and white baker's twine for all of my tags because, well, 3 of my tags are going to end up colored blue. We've got the 2 with the snowflakes, and then I'm going to do a little bit of ink blending on the 5th tag with some blue ink. And I'm going to go ahead and use the same blue ink I've been stamping on the back of these tags with. I've been using some Simon Hurley Remember Me blue dye ink pads. And I figure make it simple. Instead of bringing in a bunch of different colors, I just stamped out the back of the tags with all the same color and used all the same colored twine. Just, you know, Christmas is stressful enough without trying to do 20 different colors on your tags. Speaking of Christmas, I've got my tree up already. Got that and my wreaths and everything because I want to. It seems as I'm getting older, the time is going quicker and quicker, and I want to enjoy the Christmas tree as long as possible. I can remember when I was younger begging my mother to put the tree up early, and no, not until after Thanksgiving. And even then, it was usually a couple weeks before Christmas we would put it up. And that was just not long enough for me. I think when she was young, they would put it up like Christmas Eve or soon, you know, right around that time. But it might have been because they had live trees and they were afraid of fires. Now, years ago, my husband and I used to go and cut down our own Christmas tree, and I loved it. But when you do that, you have a nice fresh tree, and it lasts a good long while. You don't have to worry, as long as you keep it well watered, about it getting dry. I mean, it's never going to be as safe as an artificial tree, but especially with today's LED lights, you don't really have to worry about fires like you used to. Those lights just don't get hot at all. Oh, I've got my little blue tag here, and I brought in Deck the Halls. Now it's got gold lettering. I foiled a bunch of sentiments the other night using some Spellbinders and Simon Hurley's, I think it's Joyful Christmas Sentiments, something like that. I'll have it linked below. I end up bringing in 3 of my own sentiments on these tags. I don't use one of the Warm Winter Wishes sentiments that I stamped out. I just think I like the way the foil ones look a little bit better, and I've got them. Now here you see I messed up and I actually accidentally put the twine on before I had the back of the tag, and I didn't feel like having to pull it off, so I just cut away where a little bit of that tag is so I could just slide it right in here. Now because of the because we've got the twine on there already, and it's a thick twine, and the card is not a real flimsy card, I'm not worrying about it tearing. You know, it could, if I was going to be putting a lot of stress on that tag, having cut that away like that could be an issue, but in this case it's not an issue at all, and it's just an easy way for me to fix my mistake. Now I'm not making that mistake again. You can see I put the back on right away for this card. And this card we're putting the cute little blue and pink snowman, And I'm going to use 3 of those musical notes on this one. I'm going to use the rest of them up. And we've got plenty of room on this tag for that. And we're going to pull in a Silver Sentiment Season's Greetings. It's just a lot of fun. I don't know what it is. This is the first year that I'm actually getting a bunch of tags made. Usually I want to make tags and I come in my craft room and I kind of stare and go, what am I going to do? I know I want tags, but other than stamping to and from, I don't have a lot of thought or ideas. But this year I have been overflowing with ideas and I've just been making a lot of tags. Other than these 5, I've spent the last 2 days ahead of this making different tags. I've done some stamping with some Hero Arts critters and just whatever I've had in my stash. I've used some Tim Holt. I've pulled out some old dies with ornaments and things that I can put on my tags. And I might get around to making another video with some tags. I've seen a lot of makers are doing tags this year, so I don't know if it's going to be worth your while to watch a second tag video of mine. Oh, we'll see. And I've got a few other things I want to do. I've got the Spellbinders advent calendar that I want to try to put out a small video every day leading up to Christmas with something I make with that, which I'm not so much worrying about doing the actual videos. It's the video editing that sometimes takes me a long time. So we'll see how that goes. This is the first year I bought the advent calendar, and I haven't peeked and I haven't opened anything yet. So if I'm going to start doing that, I might have to start getting on it just so I'm not way behind. Well, you know, if that's something you're going to might be interested in watching, let me know. Now for this last tag, I am taking the blue ink that was just sitting on my desk that we've stamped all the backs of, and I'm doing a nice little halo around. We're going to leave a little bit of light behind the tree. And I want this tree to be on the snow, so I'm not going all the way down. And I've got a little tiny snowbank that I have, I think it's Stamps of Life. It's this little tiny snowbank, and I decided I'm going to use that. I had cut that a few days ago for another tag that I didn't end up using it. And I'm going to glue that down, and I'm just going to cut off the edges. It's got a little hill, which really the tree ends up covering the little hill anyway, so I could have just, you know, put any kind of cardstock, a straight piece right there, and it would have been fine, because I am going to end up putting our sentiment at the bottom, because I didn't feel any of the sentiments worked really well above the tree. So I could have moved the tree up a little more. I guess this is where you should like see where you're placing things before you glue them down. But in this case, I just forged ahead. I mean, who's got time to like lay everything out? Let's just glue it down and worry about our mistakes later. Okay, not really. I'm just being a little facetious there. But in this case, that's exactly what I did. So, you know, what the heck. But I'm bringing in a few of these sentiments, and I'm trying to make that Warm Winter Wishes work, but it's just too big. And so this is where I've got all those little sentiments: Deck the Hall, Season's Greetings, Merry Christmas. And I bring in Season's Greetings again, and I'm going to just end up using the green foiled Season's Greetings. I think it goes well with the tree, but I'm going to try a few other ones first, and I just don't end up liking the way they look as well. So Season's Greetings it is. And we're going to glue that down to the bottom, and I want you to be able to see the tree trunk. So I end up bringing it down, and we hide those scallops, which is, again, not a big deal. You know, you work with what you got, and it's not a big, you know, I don't think anybody's going to get upset that, oh my gosh, you gave me a tag but the scallops were hidden. I really wanted to see those. If anybody were to say that to me, I think it'd be the last gift they ever got from me. I don't know about you. You might be nicer than me, but I get a little bit of a mean streak, and that would be my thought. So I am going to use some of these silver enamel dots that came in the kit, and we are going to put them all over our tree. I say our tree, but it's really my tree. So, but you're along for the ride, so it could be our tree. Anyway, if you're still here, thank you. If you are a subscriber, I thank you a lot. If you're not a subscriber, I'd love to have you. Or I'd love to have a thumbs up because that helps the algorithm. And sometimes the algorithm likes me. Sometimes it just boots me to the curb and says nobody's going to see my videos. But at any rate, I do my best. So we're just getting the rest of these dots all over this tree. I want it to look like there's ornaments, and I just put a lot on there. I think I put like 9 or 10, which for a tree that size, that's a lot of dots, I think. I thought about like just pulling out some little colored jewels out of my stash, but I thought, well, I've got these silver ones. I'll just use those and try to keep this card as much pink and mane as possible. After all, I did pull in some different sentiments and a few different things. So I'm gonna put some twine in here, and that's going to be the last card for today. I think these all turned out really cute, especially since this was not in and of itself a Christmas kit. It was more of a winter kit. I mean, you don't have to use these little snowmen for Christmas, obviously. It could just be winter. It could be anything you want. And I just thought they worked well, the singing little snowmen for Christmas. And so that's what we did. So I'm going to clean up my mess a little bit, and I'm going to lay out these 5 tags so you can be reminded of how awesome they are. And here they are. The tree that you just watched, our 2 little snowy background ones with our duet and our soloist, and then we've got the 2 metallic ones again with the little duet snowman and the soloist again. So is that right? Soloist? Anyway, that's it for now. Bye bye everyone.